Hey guys, I'm trying to hold the camera as far back as I can. It's Wednesday, December 4th. Happy birthday, Rachel. And obviously I didn't have time to try to look nice at all today, but I still wanted to get on. That's how December has rolled in, with a firestorm of busy, crazy, but fun stuff. Monday it was a church meeting and practicing with my group of girls who's going to help lead worship for our Christmas event, a women's Christmas event that's Thursday night. And then last night I had my Stampin' Up! One of my clubs come, and we had fun. I'll show you the card we made with the Snowfront stamp set. Tonight I help with Impact. It's just one thing after another. Then Thursday night is the women's event, and I'll be there from 4 till probably 9. And Friday we have our Faithful Fitness aerobics final social thing, and I'm doing some stuff for that too. So it's just, December started off a little busy, but that's fine. I love December. I love the advent of getting ready for Christmas and celebrating Jesus' birth. So I've been getting little candies to put in. I used to count down from December 1st, but you know, with 4 boys and busyness, and we host Thanksgiving too, I got some stockings, and we now count down like 12 days down to Christmas. But I still love the Advent and counting down to Christmas. It's fun to read scripture together as a family and slow down a little bit at dinner time and talk about the reason we celebrate Christmas. So I'm going to try to keep it quick because I still have a lot more things to do today. But I do want to show just some pretty versatility with the Snowfront stamp set. I'm going to just show and tell a few cards from the Winter Wood stamp set, which is a pretty set. And then I'm going to also show you a really cute gnome card that I made. And I made a bunch for one of my friends too. So let's just get started so you don't have to stare at me anymore. All right, come on. Around here. Now, this is the hostess code that's good through December 13th. I would also suggest, if you do want to get anything before Christmas, this is just a good time so you know you're not going to be crazily feeling rushed and waiting for your stuff to come. So if you want to get stocking gifts or something, I'm going to try to make this a little straighter here. There we go. If you want to make stockings or something, stocking stuffers, or get anything, I would order it by December 13th as well. And right now, December 3rd and all the way through January 2nd, Stampin' Up! Has released the things that are going to retire for good. So those are going on. There are some things that are on little sales. So when you go into my website, thejewdaily.stampinup.net, when you go into that, just look up the closeout sales, and you can shop from there too. I do believe Christmas Time Is Here Suite is still available. It's still a really pretty suite. But this code will be good through December 13th, 367W3G36. I'll probably put that in the comments as well. But first of all, let's look at our Winter Wood stamp set. I've shown some of these cards to you before, but not kind of all at once. This is actually a combination of a few different sets. The buffalo check background, the trees are all from the Winter Wood stamp set, and then the deer from the Dashing Deer, and then the Merry Christmas, those cutout pieces are from a different Christmas stamp set. So it's fun to mix and match too. Here's a pretty simple one I did with my mom and she's trying to get some people stamping. And that's all Winter Woods. This is the Jolly Season dies. 'Tis the season, and then To Be Jolly. Cute. And on this one I added, this big tree is fun if you're not going to add the layers that make it pop out. It's fun to just put the shimmer crystal effects. That's the shimmer crystal effects, and then add a little bit of the extra the Stampin' Ice glitter. People were loving that at my holiday retreat day. Here's another simple one, and again with the ice glitter. And this is, the dies with the winter woods are so pretty. Because this card is so simple. Because I just used designer paper as the whole background. I embossed in silver, that thinking of you this season. And then the dies, just cut that out, and then I added a little bit of that ice glitter on the bows there. Pretty. My downline Chris Gates made this one, and the trees just cut out of that sparkly glimmer paper, and the skinnier trees are too, so that adds that sparkle without having to really do anything. You just cut that shiny glimmer paper and voila, beautiful card. This one, I stamped the tree in the background, and then I embossed over one of my vellum sheets and then put just one tree on the outside. Vellum can add a really pretty soft look to your cards. Sometimes I think we forget. And it is really fun to emboss over vellum. It adds a little bit more texture to it. And here's another one with some of the smaller trees and the bigger tree. A Merry Christmas again. So there's Winter Woods, just a few pretty cards made with those. The dies really make the whole set. So if you just have the stamp set and you don't have the dies yet, like my mom, I think, I would recommend you get those because they're awesome. Okay, rolling along. Snowfront. I did want to show you. There is so much. I haven't gotten any. We have a few other stamp sets that are in this similar style, kind of a watercolor look, and I haven't really gotten any before, but I really saw some pretty samples made with this. And there's so many things you can do with mountainscape or not, and all different sized trees. So I used a lot of different colors for this one, and we stamped the buffalo check on the back of the red paper. And then, I don't know if you can tell, the lighting is kind of weird right now, even outside. It's sunny but cloudy. But I stamped all of this on our Shimmer White cardstock, which is such beautiful cardstock. It's so fun. We'll be using more of it in one of the cards I show you too. So here I just used red with a little red, I mean, isn't that cute? Little cardinals even. And there's a little snowman, there's smaller trees. There's so many fun things that you can use on this. And this little path winding thing, you can make it look like a path. And then I used the bigger one like this as like a little lake. Or here's another one in blues as a birthday card. So you can make it Christmas, birthday. This one I did a little bit more because I sponged one piece of paper and then I cut out the mountains. So this chunk is on a different piece of paper just to give it a little more depth to have that sky look like it's in the background. So I used that same path stamp set. I just made it a little more straight, and here it looks like a little river winding through by the mountains and through the woods. And there's the little snowman. Isn't he cute? So this is such a beautiful stamp set, this snow front. And then there's a new stamp set that I got from the new spring catalog that's in a similar one, and it has a little bridge that can go over water, and I'm excited to play with that one too. But let me show you real quick the joy of, let's make a card together, and we'll make it a little bit different. I'm going to bring out some some designer paper so I don't mess up my table. Or not designer paper, scrap paper. But I'm going to show you the joy of some sponging. Now, I did do some sponging, not on this one. This one I just flat out stamped them in different colors. This one I sponged the sky. And I want to show you the joy of doing that. So I'm going to do all my sponging here before. So the first color I'm going to use is a pink, Flirty Flamingo. Because you can use all different colors for, I'm going to use the side of this. Now when you are sponging, you kind of want to, and this had a different color, a darker color on, but that's fine. When you're sponging, you want to kind of start from the sides of your paper and get the sides and then kind of move your way up. And there's no rhyme or reason to it, but I'm getting just a light coat of kind of the pink on the bottom here. And then I'm going to do a little bit of purple. So this is Gorgeous Grape. And I don't want to put too much of the purple on. I'm going to use that darker one again. I'm actually going to blot on the bottom before I start. Because honestly, to be totally honest, I thought I had picked out the Highland Heather, not the Gorgeous Grape. But that's okay. We'll still make it work. Okay, so I'm just blending that purple in the bottom, so it's kind of blending in together with the pink. Go up on the sides a little bit, but I'm not going to go up as far with the purple. I want just the purple, the darker purple, to kind of stay in the bottom. Okay. Now I'm going to take the top and we're going to do kind of some different colors. To stick with kind of purplish tones, but they're going to be a little bit lighter purplish tones. Rococo Rose and the Rich Razzleberry. So again, I'll start with my pinker color. I know this is a Rich Razzleberry sponge, but that's okay. So this is just going to be a brighter, and I like this Rococo Rose. It's like a dusty rose. It's pretty. It may seem like an older color to you, but I think it's a pretty classy color. I'm not going to go too far down with the Rococo Rose. Close that up. And then Rich Razzleberry will be the next color. And again, I'll stick this closer to just the top. And again, sponging. You're just rubbing in circular motions. I've seen some other crafters that have these oval brushes that look exciting and fun to me. I'm kind of hoping Stampin' Up! Comes out with those. Sorry, I bumped you. Okay, so honestly, it doesn't look a whole lot different, but that light pink layer is a little bit different. Now I'm going to do some mountains and some trees. I don't know, the mountains are so pretty, even though I don't live in the mountains, but let's see, I'll put them over here. Boop. And then in the same color, I love this gray granite color. It's really pretty. It's kind of almost a brown gray. I'm gonna put these trees in that same color and overlap. And this is where it's kind of fun, these elements and these pieces, you can totally overlap and it doesn't have to, like, I don't know, make sense physically that you can see the trees over the mountains. It's okay because it's still got that watercolor look. And I'm going to add a little bit of just shade here because I'm going to add some trees now. I want to add trees in black. So this is where it's fun to play with different colors. And honestly, I'm not sure if I want to no, I did get a stamp set out. Okay, so this is my Memento Black. I'm going to put this little row of trees. You just see that versatility? Like, I didn't use any of the skinny trees on this one. I used all the pine trees. On this one, I used mostly the pines, and then I used that one skinny tree to add that little cardinal in there and the cabin. There's just so much you can do with this stamp set. I really love it. I'm so glad I got this one. All right, so we'll add those right there. When you're using subtle colors, it is kind of fun to make something deeper and kind of stand out. So, and I'm going to put this big one again on the side. We'll put that over here. And I'm going to keep this open because I think I'm going to just stamp Our Friendship is Timeless. Now this is actually from Tropical Timeless stamp set, so I'm mixing a spring catalog one because I like the sentiment. Our Friendship is Timeless. It's cute. So I'm going to stamp that right below. There, isn't that pretty? Hey, Chris. I was wondering when you'd come on. I was a couple minutes late. I've been talking to people and it's been a busy, crazy week. December just flew in crazy fast. We had Drew family, so we always host Thanksgiving. Isn't that pretty then? I think this is actually Sahara sand in the background. I can't remember. Sometimes I can't, when I just pull out gray granite or Sahara sand, I can't tell which is which. Yes, December, I'm telling you. Chris, it's busy. Now, if I could just find my snail. Here we go. Oh, and I didn't tell you, but this paper as well is the shimmer cardstock. So the whole cardstock sparkles. So that just adds an extra little, I don't know, fun. Especially when you're doing a completely one layer card. So this is just stamps, paper, and ink. Simple. But so pretty, isn't it? So line that up flat. And this was with no extra bells or whistles. And it's so pretty. I love kind of the sunsetty look of that. Isn't that fun? So you can mix and match colors. You can make birthday cards. You can go Christmas. You can keep it wintry. But there's a lot of ways that you can use this snow front stamp set. I would highly recommend. This is a keeper. This is a fun one to play with. I can't wait to make more cards with it. Sorry, that's all I have for that. I've been trying to play with all my stamp sets that I have. But let's move away my ugly scrap paper here. Now I want to show you something. Actually, I'm gonna make you wait for the gnome, the cute gnome. He's adorable. I can't wait to show you. I did want to make some more examples. I don't have them finished, but oh my goodness. I'm teasing you here now with the designer paper that matches with the Poppies stamp set. And this sentiment with deepest sympathy is from a new stamp set that will come out in the spring catalog, Peaceful Moments. I love this. You shouldn't have, but I'm glad you did. Thinking of you with all my heart. This is a lot of great sayings in this one. And then just on this one card, or no, on both the cards, sorry. On this one card, I used the ones that match with that stamp set. So this is a fun one, and it actually keeps the center in there. And there's a cute little border one as well that I used on this card. And I will put a sentiment on there, but this is pretty much the other side of that cardstock. Let me show you. See, I had goals. I wanted to actually make cards with all of these that I had pre-cut to put on the front of cards. Here, this is the other side of that one. So, I mean, both sides are gorgeous. This paper is from that Parisian with the French stuff. What do you call that? Eiffel Tower. So some of the designer paper and stuff in the Spring Caddy is just gorgeous. You're going to love it. And I showed you, oh yeah, I was going to make a card with this one too. Yeah, this designer paper is so pretty. Again, they've been hitting home runs with the designer paper in my mind in the holiday and in the Spring Caddy. So I showed you some of my fun order last week. I'm not going to tease you too much with the Spring Caddy stuff. One, because I didn't get as much playtime as I had wanted. So let's jump into... Oh, well, while I'm talking to the Spring Caddy still, my mother-in-law gave me a bunch of bright green cardstock. And I was like, what am I going to do with this? I have a good friend, Zika, who's like our adopted sister. Love her. She helps watch the kids. She does so much. So I'm making her a bunch of note cards. So I'm going to give them to her before Christmas hits because I've made a lot of them Christmas. But with our tree punch, I've made a lot of cute, just simple note cards. Some of them are pink. But here's keeping the negative of it, Christmas cheer. So these are simple one-sided note cards that she can pass out and hand to people. And I made a whole stack of them for her because I love her. And she's an amazing friend and just person in our life. But I did want to show you some of my stack too because, oh my goodness, don't you love this cute pineapple? It matches the tropical timeless stamp set in the Spring Caddy. So you can't order this yet, but come January 3rd. And then I made one that says, "Our friendship is timeless," because I love that one. Isn't this so pretty? Thank you, Chris. Chris, I'm so glad that you come and watch me. What would I do without you? So this pineapple is so cute. So I made a few for her that weren't Christmassy. I love the rest and relax, you deserve it too. Most of us women deserve to relax every once in a while, right? What is that, relax? In fact, speaking of relax, I'm going to vent and whine to you a little bit, but the sacrifices you make as a mother sometimes. I had a spa day that I was going to do with 5 or 6 women this Saturday, and then I found out that my son Gabe has a robotics tournament on Saturday, so I can't go on my spa day with friends, and I really want to relax and rest, but I'll get a spa day in sometime. But we support our oldest son and all his baseball and stuff, and Gabe is more my thinker, and he's in robotics and choir, and he's in orchestra, and so we'll be supporting him more, and I think in the music side of things, and so I want to support him and be at his robotics thing. So all right, now comes the fun part, what you've all been waiting for. I don't know what you've been waiting for, Chris. This gnome, he's adorable. I figured, because we don't have any gnome stamp sets, that I could make gnomes using our tree punch. So here's a bunch of ones. I was using just some of my retired paper for his little body. So for the body, I just kind of made my own little template and cut a little piece. It wasn't too hard to make that. But isn't he so cute? So a lot of them are little Christmas ones. I think I made a few. Oh, this one says, "Fabulous at any age." That's kind of funny because gnomes are, known to be old, I think. Birthday wishes. Another fabulous at any age. Aren't they so cute? And I'm going to show you how easy it is to put these together. Oh, there's another pineapple one. So this gnome was so adorable. That's just with some retired stuff and kind of random pieces, and they still are cute, right? Here's one that I made with, this is current, the Let It Snow paper, and these actually were little trees in that Let It Snow designer paper, but I turned them over so they kind of look like mushrooms. And I'm still looking for one of my thank yous. I have so many stamp sets, but I wanted to find one that says thank you so, and then I wanted to, with a little alphabet, say mush. Thank you so much. Wouldn't that be funny for gnome? So, these pieces, and where did I put all my pieces for my gnome? That's interesting. They all disappeared. Usually I'm really organized, guys. I did want to show you, yeah, thanks, Chris, for the sympathy. I know you understand that. Yes, story of your life. Okay, with our photopolymer stamps, I did want to show you something cool. It's really easy to just punch it out with the Christmas tree punch. But if you're going to stamp it first, you can, because our photopolymer stamps are a little bit bendable. What I did for a couple of mine was I bent that tip, inked it up, and then you do have to fussy cut it when you bend it. It won't punch out perfect. You do have to fussy cut it. But giving it a little bend kind of helps give that a cute look too. I'll see if I can find the one that I had a bent hat on. Oh, here's one that I did a little bent hat. So I stamped in that plaid on the Sahara sand, I believe it is. And then I bent it, so I just fussy cut it out. But that's kind of adds a little more cuteness too. Oh, here we go. All right. So I'm going to show you now how simple that is. Now, with the tree punch, so the tree starts off this shape, okay? Well, not quite this shape. It has the whole stem, but I didn't really need the whole thing, so I punched it out of scrap paper. With the hat, you cut off the bottom, and I cut it at like a little bit of a slant. So I went in and cut it with a little bit of a curve on it, so it makes it look a little bit more like a hat. So you're just kind of trimming off the bottom. You don't want the stem for the hat. Now for the beard, you need even less of it for the beard. So I trim, and it doesn't really matter how far you trim it down, but at some point here, I cut it in this way so I can still stick the beard on here, and then the hat won't, the beard won't be sticking out of the hat. Okay, so all I have to do is put my little body piece down in the corner here. And you could do so many other things, like put a little circle behind to add more, just more different color or attention. I'll take my brown sponge, actually, and it's fun to add a little, just a little bit of color around there to add some dimension to his beard. And then I'm going to stick a little dimensional in the back of his beard, make his whole beard and everything pop up. Tilt that a little bit. Then we'll pop up his hat, and his nose is just a little circle punch. Let's see if I can get that off my nail. There we go. Okay, so here goes his hat, and we'll put it at a little bit of a tilt. It's already tilted. But I'm telling you, how simple is this? And he's starting to look like a cute little gnome. And here's my little circle punch. And it doesn't have to be perfectly circular, because I'll stick it underneath the hat. Again, sponging around it just gives it a little bit of dimension. And I love our mini dimensionals because they fit so perfectly right inside those small pieces. Take that off. All right, we'll stick his nose here. And this is what's so perfect about this is you don't have to make any fancy eyes or anything. Now I'm just taking my black Stampin' Write marker, and I'm using the little writing tip, and I'm just going to make a little smile underneath his nose, kind of with the same curve as his nose. And isn't that so cute? I'm not going to finish the card because my son said he's ready to be picked up. But I did want to show you. I've seen a lot of different people using a lot of different kinds of things. Some were using some dies from the Winter Woods, but punches are so easy and fast. And just that cute little Christmas tree does the beard and the hat. It's so easy. Thank you, Chris. So glad you stopped by. Thank you. So I wasn't talking by myself. But Merry Christmas to everybody. I will still come next week as well. And hopefully I'll have some more examples with the new spring caddy to show you. Get you guys excited about Celebration coming up. But I still wanted to show you some of those, stamp sets that are still available. And make sure you check out. So Snowfront is one I would highly recommend. It's beautiful. It's versatile. You can use all different kinds of colors. There's so many pieces to it. It really is a cute set. And then check out, when you go onto my website, make sure you check out the closeout sales. And this is the hostess code that you can use until December 13th. I'll close that out December 13th. So 367W3G36. TheDrewDaily.stampinup.net. Again, these my videos I try to post on YouTube the next day too, so I've got videos. If you haven't checked or if you haven't seen some of the previous videos, you can always go back to my YouTube channel and just look up Bethany Drew and Stampin' Up. And what else to say? Oh, and my blog as well. I had goals to post on that real regularly, but it's turned out to just be more like once a week, if once a week. So trying to make goals for myself to do more. But isn't that gnome so cute? So if you have the tree punch, here's one more reason, or if you don't have the tree punch, one more reason to get that tree punch, because it's so adorable. Because there's so many cute things you can make with just the tree. But I love when I see alternative ways I can use a punch. So fun. So thank you guys for stopping by. I'll put the hostess code also in the comments, so you see that. You can order any time in your pajamas, whenever. It could be midnight until December 13th. That's when that will close. So have a good Wednesday and Merry Advent, and prepare your hearts for Christmas. Even in the midst of this busyness, I still am trying to find time to calm my heart and remember the real reason we celebrate Christmas is because Jesus was born. And so we have so much to be thankful for. I pray you can focus on those things even in the midst of busyness, or even sometimes the holidays can be kind of heartbreaking for those of you who are recent widows or have lost a loved one. My cousin Alicia lost her 4-year-old son in July and is going through all those first holidays without him. So I pray for a lot of people who are going through missing people during the holidays too. But even more reason to spread joy and love to people. Make a few cards, send some hugs in the mail to people. This little gnome, don't you think he would just be a wonderful hug? In fact, I need to send this to my cousin Alicia. Just send her a hug in the mail. Because it's just so cute and happy. So thanks for stopping by. You guys have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next week. Bye. Thanks, Chris.